And what's going on? Fontaine here with the Akaipro MPC Live, the next generation of standalone MPCs. And in today's tutorial video, we're going to take a look at slicing and chopping using the MPC's infamous chop mode, as well as external sampling from some external sound sources. So we're going to be using this method as the pads correspond to slices of the currently recorded sample. Slice markers will divide the sample into multiple regions called slices, which we will then adjust in the chop mode of the sample edit mode. And this is a very useful technique when working with long samples with different sounds throughout. All right, so let's take a look at this very ergonomic, feature-rich software hardware program. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select menu. Okay, from there, you want to select the MPC microchip. Okay, controller mode allows the MPC to work with software running on your computer. It will disable the standalone MPC functionality. It asks you, do you want to enter the controller mode? You select controller mode. And it begins to look for the software. Just got to give it a second. All right, and there we go. The MPC Live has exited standalone mode, is now in controller mode. All right, so let's take a look at slicing up a sample. I would suggest the first two things you want to get familiar with is menu and main. These are going to be your two go-to buttons. Under menu, you notice that you have various navigation tools such as sample edit, program edit, list editor, browser, channel mixer, pad mixer, and it goes on and on and on. You guys can take a look at this, pad color, your MIDI control, pad perform, things of that nature. But we'll get into those in other videos. Again, this is my first time using the Akaipro MPC Live, and I'm very impressed, and I can't wait to release more videos on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and select browser. Okay, and from browser, you notice that you have a file path directory located here with folders. Notice that you have places, you have content, which gives you some of your MPC content, such as your drum pads, your drums, your instruments, your samples, your clips, demos, files, things of that nature. And you can, narrow it down with these little filters here. If you just want to look for certain projects or whatever the case may be, you can do that. Sequences, whatever you need, it's in this little search directory right here. You also can double click here and you can type in, your search field there. So we'll exit that. You also can browse your libraries of expansions, some MPC expansions. Here goes some of my internal expansions, whatever the case may be. You can scroll through all that good stuff there. But for this video, what I want to do is I want to import a sample from my desktop. So I'm going to select desktop. Here's a sample. And you also can adjust your audition level, auto, or you can manually use this little slider here. And you also have a play icon here that plays the sample as well. I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to sample edit. Now here's the sample itself. Now on this particular screen, if Akaipro is watching, I would love to see a dedicated volume control for this sample screen here. So what I'm going to do for the sake of the video, I'm going to select process, gain change, and I'm going to use about a -7 on this. Okay, and I'm going to press do it just to lower the volume on that. Because I don't want to blow anybody's speakers or kill anybody's, headphones or anything like that. All right, but you do have a cue headphone icon here. Okay, so you can hear it like that or whether tapping on a pad. Your root note is located here if you need to change that. The beats per minute is auto detecting at 125.68. So I can go up here and select that because I'm not going to do any time stretching in this video. However, we will get into that in future videos as well as warp and things of that nature. So basically, I'm just going to put it like this just to conform to what we have here. All right, so you notice that you have different options on here. You have trim, program, zoom in and out of the sample, which basically is just like a pinch zoom, when you want to get really detailed and get in there and adjust your, your start end points. You can do that all from the touch screen. Assign to assigned pads as well as process, which is something that we just did a second ago. But if you double click trim here, you enter your chop mode here. You can do a lazy chop just by tapping on the pads and inserting your slice points. Okay, so that's one way. Touch the headphone icon. And again, you can get in here and, adjust the start points in the regions. You have an eraser tool here if you want to erase some slices off. Very fast, very easy. You also have a pencil tool here if you want to add them in on certain transients or threshold events, things of that nature, whatever you want to do. All right, so let's go ahead and take these off. But in this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to slice them up by regions, because you have your threshold here. You have regions here. You also have your beats per minutes here, which can be determined by your time division. By double clicking here, you can enter your time division for 1/4, 1/8 notes, 16ths to 32nd notes, but that gets, more into your time correction, things of that nature. But however, it will determine the slice points when you are using your time division when it comes to the beats per minutes. Regions, you can double click here under regions and select how many regions you want to slice it. For example, if you want to do eight regions, or as I'm doing 16 here, apply, do it. Okay. So then from that point, you're ready to assign it to your pads. So what you can do is you can press shift here. Okay. And then you press convert here. Okay. New program using slices, non-destructive slice. I use pad parameters a lot because I feel that it just gives a better overall functionality when it comes to using warp, but that's completely up to you. So basically created a new program off of that. Okay, so you have your trim mode here. And again, whenever you tap on your pad, you can go through your samples when you're in trim mode. Okay, so if you go back to chop, you go to your second pad, you can go back to trim. Okay, so basically it's going through your samples when you're doing it like this here, which is a different way, because if you press assign here, you can assign it to pads individually. That's another way you can do it. But for what I'm doing just a little bit different. So I'm going to go back to menu, and I'm going to go under program, edit. I'm going to select my polyphony to mono. Okay, and you also have other features here. If you want to adjust, your semitones, or if you want to fine tune your sample, adjust the volume, things of that nature. What I should have did was I should have went back and took that gain reduction off, because it is going to lower the volume of the sample, as you can see right here. If I go under my pad mixer, for example, go under main, select the drum program, you notice how it adds a little CH on the end of the sample. So you see how it's a little bit lower because I did that reduction on that screen. So I mean, I can come in here and just increase the volume just for the sake of the video. Now, of course, you at home wouldn't have to do that because you wouldn't have, did what I did. But again, I'm doing a tutorial video, so that's why I'm doing it like this. So, all right, so now we can get in here and we can play around with the samples. Then you just massage it a little bit until you feel you get a comfortable pattern for a nice sequence. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And then you just simply record your pattern in. And you also have your channel mixer right here as well, to get the overall volume of that particular channel. All right, and there you have it. that is how you can get your audio sliced up in the Akaipro MPC Live. And before I get out of here, I'm going to show you one more tip that might come in very handy for you guys. I'm going to select sampler here. I believe the monitor's on. Yes, the monitor's on, but I'm going to turn that off because I want to make sure that my voice isn't doubled up. This is another way that you can get audio into the Akai Professional MPC Live from an external audio source, such as a microphone, a synthesizer, things of that nature if you run it into the inputs. But being that I have the microphone hooked up right now, using my external sound card, and I'm running it like that. I'm running MPC Live off of that right now. You don't have to. You can use the built-in audio in the Akai Professional MPC Live 9 times out of 10, which is what I normally do. But in this particular video, I'm just doing things a little bit different. But what you can do is you can press slice here, and every time you tap on the pad, it will bring in audio. So, you know, you can just go through, let's say, for example, pad 1, pad 2, external synth, drum, whatever external source you want to record with, another external synth. Okay, it gives you the keep or discard sample message, new sample. I can double click that. I can call it external mic. Recording or whatever the case may be, press do it. Okay, with non-destructive slices, create. It's going to create a new program for that. So now when you go back to the main screen, you're going to exit this screen and go back to your new recording, which is external mic recording, again with a little CH on the end. So now what happens is I'm going to go to, so you guys can see this. You can see it's recorded on a mono channel here, just the mic. Pad 1, pad 1, pad 2, external synth, drum, whatever external source you want to record with, another external synth. And there you have it. So that's pretty much it. This is Fontaine, VIPSoundLab.com, bringing you a quick tutorial video on the Akai Professional MPC Live. And stay tuned. We're going to be dropping more tutorial videos on the Akai Professional MPC Live. This is my first time using it, and I'm very impressed. I have to admit, since I have been using it, it's actually amazing that how intuitive it is. It's like every time I think I have something learned or mastered, I find out something new that's even better down the road. So I'm looking forward to more surprises out of the box from this unit, and I can't wait to, you know, dive into it further. So I want to give a special thanks and a special shout out to Akai Professional for letting me get my hands on this unit and diving into it. And I can't wait to release more videos on it. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.